Welcome to The Daily Show. I'm Michelle Wolf. Yes, I am back here at The Daily Show after 6 years away, mostly because the show has a new HR person. So I'm now allowed back in the building again. We've got all the headlines today, all the major headlines, everything everyone's talking about, everything that happened this weekend. We're going to talk about it right here, right now. You guys, I'm so excited because we're covering all the stories that are important to us as people and humans. So let's get into the headlines. All right, the first thing on everyone's mind. Let's kick things off with our old friend, #MeToo. Remember her? Yeah. Last year, New York passed a new law that gave people a one-year window to file lawsuits for sexual assault that otherwise would have been past the statute of limitations. Last weekend was the deadline, and boy, did the lawsuits come rolling in.
The mayor of New York is accused of sexually assaulting a woman 30 years ago. In a new court filing, the woman alleges she was sexually assaulted by defendant Eric Adams in 1993. The woman filed her claim just before the midnight expiration of New York's Adult Survivors Act. The temporary law signed last year by Governor Kathy Hochul allows adult sexual misconduct accusers to file lawsuits that previously would have been barred by the statute of limitations. And in the past week, Jamie Foxx, Guns N' Roses frontman Axl Rose, and Sean Diddy Combs also faced Adult Survivors Act lawsuits. Foxx and Rose denied the allegations. Combs also denied, then settled.
Now look, obviously a lawsuit is not proof of anything, but Diddy did settle pretty quickly. I mean, one day later, he was signing that check like, I strongly deny any allegations against me, 30 million, there you go. Also, please don't kill me, Diddy. I know, your list is long. It's long. I'll go at the end. All these lawsuits, they popped up over the weekend just before the deadline. So congrats, creeps. If you didn't get a lawsuit this weekend, you're in the clear. You go grab that titty. You earned it. Grab two. Both handfuls. Get in there. I'm back for a reason, guys. Isn't sexual assault fun? But like, why is there a deadline for rape victims? You know, right after Thanksgiving, too. Makes me feel a little like the greasiest Black Friday email ever. Act fast, you only have 2 hours to get justice for the worst day of your life. File a lawsuit today and receive a free tote. Now let's move on to some news for the shorties and the fatties, which is something I can't say anymore thanks to a new law passed in New York City.
A new law that bans discrimination based on a person's weight and height went into effect last week. Mayor Adams signed the legislation 6 months ago. The law adds height and weight to characteristics that are protected from discrimination when it comes to housing and jobs. Other issues involve age, race, gender, religion, and sexual orientation, also characteristics protected by law.
That's right. New York City is banning discrimination based on height and weight. So congrats on your mama finally be able to rent that apartment. In all seriousness, this morning, in compliance with this law, Coney Island officially removed all those signs that say you must be this tall in order to ride the roller coaster. And shortly after, 50 short kings died after riding the cyclone, and they fell right out. They fell right out. It was a field trip. I laughed at that joke for so long when we were writing it. Just a bunch of little people falling out of a... Too long? More. It's just too bad that there's no good way to share this news that the people that it's meant to protect. You know, like, hey, John, good news. You can't discriminate based on height or weight anymore. Why are you telling me that? No reason, just spread the news, little guy. I mean, big guy. I mean, guy. Let's move on to some international news, some very important international news. A scandal out of Great Britain. Apparently, there's this law that's been on the books since medieval times in some areas of the country. If you die, you don't have a will, all your shit goes to this guy. Yeah, that's right. Wrong hand, this guy. It's backwards. The King of England gets your stuff, your house, your books, those little soccer trophies. I'm sorry, football topsies or whatever you call them. And I know this sounds bad, but this is not a scandal. Great Britain is stealing from English people instead of Africans. I call that progress. Guys, who left that Trevor joke here? Come on, that joke was for Trevor. All right. A new study found that exposure to cosmic radiation could cause astronauts to suffer erectile dysfunction even after they return to Earth, which finally explains why Neil Armstrong's second sentence on the moon was, I swear this never happened. And they say what causes this is cosmic rays, but what if it's just the awe-inspiring experience of being in space, you know? After that, you're having sex with someone and you're like, yeah, I've seen the cosmos fall away before me like a glittering sea of infinity. So sorry if your vagina just doesn't do it for me anymore. Or to be inclusive, I've seen the cosmos fall away before me like a glittering sea of infinity. So sorry if your butthole doesn't do it for me anymore. We care. Here at The Daily Show, we care. For more on the space race, we go live to NASA headquarters with our very own Michael Kosta. Now, Michael, this is some shocking news.
It's devastating, Michelle. It's why I've made the difficult decision to not be an astronaut. And it's too bad because I was just a couple of YouTube videos away from learning math.
But, Michael, space travel is one of humanity's greatest technological accomplishments, after the Japanese toilet, of course.
Of course.
It's a hot seat. What are we talking about? Isn't planting the flag on the moon worth a little bit of a limp dick?
Well, unfortunately, no. The fact is, space stick is a life or death issue for our planet. See, if science fiction has taught us anything, it's that most of the time you spend in space, you're having sex with hot aliens. That's how we prove to them that humanity is worth saving. But what if an alien queen takes me to the bedroom and I can't perform? Earth gets vaporized just because I couldn't blast off into her Milky Way? We can't take that risk.
Michael, I don't think that's how real space works.
Well, which one of us was almost an astronaut, Michelle?
Neither one of us. So what are you saying? We can't go to space anymore because you want to protect your boner?
Of course, I'm not saying that. I mean, it's humanity's destiny to explore the galaxy and harvest its resources so we can keep building iPhones. No, Michelle, now is the time for us to come together as a planet and devote all of our collective scientific knowledge to keeping our astronauts rock hard, okay? Whatever it takes, space Viagra, paint a nipple on the moon so it looks like a boob. And if nothing else works, let's try sending teenage boys up there. Space conditions won't stop those boners any more than my grandmother's funeral did.
Thanks, Michael. Michael Kosta, everybody.